I would like to wish everybody a very, very happy new year. Today, which is Friday, the 8th of April, it is the first day of the, the moon month, and it is called as Pratipada. Okay, and as per the Hindu LunarSolar calendar, today is the first day of the year, and we celebrate today as Gudi Padwa in Maharashtra. It is also celebrated in different parts of India, like in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. It is celebrated with the name of Yugadi. Okay, and it is in the Konkan belt. It is also called as Samsar Padwo. It is also been called as Samvatswar Padwo. In the Kashmiri side of the Kashmiri Pandits, they celebrate today as Navre, okay, and the Sindhis, okay, popularly call this day, the new year, as Cheti Chand. Okay, now when you look at all these terminologies, okay, all of these words come from the root word, okay, as Padwa. Okay, the root word Padwa comes from the Sanskrit word, or the Sanskrit name for today is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. Okay, it is the first month, the first lunar month, Chaitra, and it is Shukla Paksha, which is the waxing moon, has begun today, and it is Pratipada, which means it is the first day of the lunar month. Okay. Similarly, in Persia, this day is celebrated as Navroz. In India, Navroz is celebrated by Parsis, which are descendants from Persia. Now, this is being this day, what we call as Gudi Padwa. Today, in this video, what I want to do is I want to do the background or the legend behind this new year. I'm going to talk about the importance of this day. It's very, very important because it is called as one of the Saade-Teen Muhurtas. Saade-Teen means 3.5 Muhurtas that you have in the year, and the importance of Saade-Teen Muhurtas. And I'm going to talk about the legend behind Gudi Padwa, or what we call as the lunar new year. I'm also going to talk in this video the secrets behind Tithi and Nakshatras. Okay, and also talk about the background of fasting and what the fasting on a particular Tithi and a particular Nakshatra is going to get you. Right? So let me first go and describe this day, very, very important day. I said Gudi Padwa, as it is celebrated in Maharashtra, in the western part of India. Gudi Padwa is supposed to be, as a Vedic, in the Vedic calendar, it is supposed to be called as one of the Saade-Teen Muhurtas. What is Saade-Teen? Saade-Teen means, translation from Hindi, which means 3.5 auspicious days in the year. Okay, now let us go and see which are these 3.5 very auspicious days, which means you do not have to look at the Muhurta for today. Right? The entire day from sunrise till the next day sunrise, it is a brilliant day. There is no Muhurtas that you have to look at. Right? These are 3.5 days in the year where the no Muhurtas have to be looked at. Now, let me talk about the first thing. This is Gudi Padwa, that is today. Okay, it is the first Tithi of the Chaitra month in the bright half. Okay, this is when we call it as Gudi Padwa. And today there is no Muhurta to be looked at. All all things that you want to do, okay, it is going to get you great results. It's a very, very auspicious day today, right? The second of this Saade-Teen Muhurtas is called as Akshay Tritiya, which is the third lunar day of the bright half, right? In the month of Vaishakha, in the lunar month of Vaishakha, which is called as Akshay Tritiya. And the third day, which is amongst these, the Saade-Teen Muhurtas, is Vijayadashami, which is celebrated as the 10th Tithi or the 10th lunar day in the month of Ashwin, right? At the fag end of Navratri, this is when it is celebrated. And the half day, which is celebrated, which is called as Bali Pratipada. Okay, it is the first Tithi of in the lunar month of Kartika, which is half Muhurta, which is half of the day, is supposed to be extremely auspicious. Now, the legend for today goes by why is Gudi Padwa or Padwo or whatever we call Pratipadwa, Chaitra Shukla Pratipada. Why is it so very important? The legend goes by, according to Brahma Puran, it says that this is the day which Brahma created the world after the deluge, which means after the pralaya, which is annihilation. And it is today when the time began to tick off this day photon. Okay, this was a new world. It was a new, it's a new beginning, right? After the pralaya or after the annihilation. This is Brahma's creation again. And he chose this day. Okay? There's a second legend which refers to historically why we celebrate and why is it called Gudi Padwa, right? It symbolizes coronation of Lord Rama after his return to Ayodhya after defeating the Titan demon Ravana. Okay, Ram returns to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile after defeating Ravana, and the coronation of Ram is supposed to be aligned with today, which is Gudi Padwa. Okay, now symbolically, what you see is Gudi is believed to ward off evil and to invite prosperity and good luck into the house. Now, what is Gudi? Right? So let me show you what a Gudi is. A Gudi is a stick, right? It could be a bamboo stick or typically a stick made of the branch of the mango tree, right? And then what you see is it is covered in bright green or yellow cloth, right? Typically adorned with zari tied at the tip of the long bamboo, right? And then you put sugar crystals, you put neem leaves, you put the leaves of the mango tree, okay, as a garland with red flowers, just tied on this bamboo stick. And what you see is a silver or a copper pot is placed inverted position. You can see here, it is placed as an inverted position, right, over it. So this entire thing is displayed or hoisted outside every house in Maharashtra in a window, outside the terrace, or at a very high place that everybody can see. Now, what was the significance of having that on the right-hand side of the house? It was always hoisted on the right-hand side. And the Gudi, this is called as the Gudi. The Gudi symbolizes, as per Brahma Puran, it says it is Brahma Dwaj. Brahma Dwaj translates as Brahma's flag. Okay? Because today it is Lord Brahma created the universe. And in commemoration of that, this is the Dwaja, Brahma Dwaja, which is hoisted outside every household in the state of Maharashtra in India. It is also represented as Indra Dwaj. Indra is the flag of Indra. Okay. It also shows Indra Dwaj is usually hoisted whenever it shows victory over the evil. So it also signifies Rama's return and coronation of Lord Rama. Right. So this shows you the significance behind how important today is. Now, what I'm going to tell you, with this video is a very deep secret about Tithi and Nakshatras. Okay, this this is going to show you how important Tithi is and how important Nakshatras are. Right now, Tithi means a lunar, it's a LunarSolar relationship, which means it is the relationship between the cosmic father, which is the sun, and the cosmic mother, which is the moon. Okay, so they enjoy a relationship, and today is the first relationship. Pratipada is the first relationship between the cosmic father and the cosmic mother, which is the sun and the moon. Okay. Now, typically, a Tithi is ruled by Jala Tattva, which means it is a watery element. And all watery elements are ruled by Venus, okay, and also by Moon, right? So typically, a Tithi is intended to show you the state of the mind. Now, what is the state of the mind? Whether the mind is excited, whether the mind is bored, whether the mind is nervous, whether the mind is agitated, whether the mind is afraid, whether the mind is calm. So the Tithi is very important to show you the state of the mind. And to complement the Tithi aspect of it is the Nakshatra, which is ruled by the Vayu Tattva. Okay, the air element. And what rules the air element? It is predominantly the Saturn, the Graha, the planet. Saturn rules the airy element. Okay, and what does the Nakshatra inherently shows? It shows what the mind will experience. So whenever you have the moon transiting a particular nakshatra, it shows you what the mind is experiencing at that moment of time or that day. Whether it's going to be a pleasant day or whether it's going to be a painful experience is what the nakshatra will dictate. Okay, so, but essentially what you see is the Tithi is used to see if the event will be successful or the event of the day, whether it is, with nakshatra operating might be painful, but if the event of the day is successful or unsuccessful. Okay, so I will do further more videos on expounding on this theory of Tithis and Nakshatras. But today I'm going to give you a secret behind using Tithis and what our ancients have found out and what it all means. Now, when you look at the natal chart, the Tithi, as I said, is ruled by the Jala and it is connected to Venus. Right? It shows things, all which is related to passion and desire. So one should very importantly look at the Tithi, okay, of their birth moon. Okay, whenever their birth moon is transiting, they have to see what is the relationship between the birth moon and the transiting sun at the time when they were born. Right? And this signifies also what you have to look at is what is the lord which rules the Tithi of the natal chart? Okay. Now, if there is going to be a very strong relationship between the Tithi and the Nakshatra, then the relationship is going to be very smooth. If it is weak, then the relationship is going to be very rough. Okay. So the Tithi will indicate the attitude towards the relationship. Now, let me explain to you now how and what the Tithi and how to correlate it with your birth nakshatra, which is your Janma nakshatra. Now, look at this table here. It's a very, very important table. Okay, and this is not the table that I have created. It is Varaha Mihira, okay, who connects each of these Tithis with different deities. And each of those deities, I have shown you the nakshatra which they are connected to, or which they are associated with, or which they are presiding over. Now, understanding the significations of the deity will give you deeper meaning to each of those Tithis. Okay? Now, look at the right hand side. Each of them is the Tithi over a lunar month of 30 days. Okay, so the first Tithi is Pratipada, and the ruler of the Pratipada is the sun, and the deity who rules over Pratipada is Brahma, because he signifies creation. Okay, something which he has created, and the nakshatra which is ruled by Brahma is Rohini nakshatra. And Rohini nakshatra shows always growth, okay, and prosperity. Rohini is all about growth. Okay, that is why the Shakti associated with Rohini is called as Rohana Shakti. Right? Similarly, Dvitiya is ruled by Moon, Tritiya is ruled by Mars, okay, which the deity is Vishnu. So memorize and remember this chart, and now I'll tell you the signification or how important this Tithi chart is. Right? Now, for example, in the Hindu culture, people follow Ekadashi, and many of them don't even know the importance of Ekadashi. Okay? Now, when you go here in the chart, Ekadashi is the 11th lunar day, right? And the ruler of this day is Mars. And the deity associated with this day is Rudra, which is Ardha, which is, for all people, all natives who have Ardha Nakshatra prominent in their chart, it is Rudra who is ruling them. And the deity ruling them is Mars. Now, all those people who take up fasting on Ekadashi will get over anger because Mars rules it. Right? And Rudra is also a fierce form of Shiva. Right? So he is also, about anger, okay, which needs to be controlled. So what do typically all the Vaishnavas do is they follow a fast on the 11th Tithi of Krishna, okay, or Vishnu, because 11th Tithi, which is Ekadashi, is dedicated to Vishnu. Right? So, what is the result of keeping a fast on an Ekadashi? The signification is no one will fight with one another and no one will dare to fight with you. So, which means there is peace if you fast on an Ekadashi, because it is ruled by Mars and you're controlling the energies of Mars, you're controlling the energies of Rudra. Okay? Now, let me take another example. Fasting on a Ashtami Tithi. Ashtami means it is the 8th lunar day. Right? Now, Ashtami will, if you see, the ruler is Rahu. Okay? And the deity associated is the Vasus, the Vasus who rule over Dhanishta, and they have some control even over the nakshatra Punarvasu. All my students who have been taking my courses on nakshatras, they would know the correlation between Punarvasu and Dhanishta because of the Astavasus. Astavasus are none other than the 8 elemental gods, right? So, what are you going to achieve by keeping a fast on an Astami? Now, fasting on an Astami will make it so that you never cheat anyone and you will never get cheated by anyone. Why? Because it is ruled by Rahu. Rahu is the Karaka for cheating, okay? Karaka for Maya, for Karaka for illusions. So, whenever you keep a fast on this day of Astami of the month, that means you won't be cheated out of money because Dhanishta, the nakshatra Dhanishta, means Dhana Ishta, which means somebody who loves wealth. So it is a very prominent nakshatra for creating wealth. So there is a possibility that if you're being cheated in your lifetime, out of money, right? Then keeping a fast on a Astami Tithi would be very appropriate to gain the blessings of the Astavasus, right? Now, let me take another example. Fasting on a full moon. Now, full moon, if you see, is ruled by Saturn and Rahu, okay? And if you look at the deity which is associated with, Purnima and Amavasya, is on the Purnima, the Vishwa Devatas or the Vishwa Devas, which rule over Uttarashada, are more active. And on Amavasya, which is the new moon day, that is when the Pitrus, which rule over Magha Nakshatra, are more prominent. Now, fasting on the full moon, for example, because it is connected with Saturn, it gives you truth. It removes all negative effects of Saturn. Okay? And it establishes truth. So if there is some negativity in your life, keeping a fast on a full moon day, which is a Purnima, that is when you get the blessings of Saturn. And by keeping a fast on Amavasya, again you are controlling the curses that you might have been going through of your ancestors, or any cheating that you have been going through in your life because of losing of wealth or peace of mind, because it is again ruled by Rahu. Okay, the invisible graha, the karmic node. Okay, so this is the essence that I wanted to share with you today, and I hope you are going to use today, which is the first day of the new year, which is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, which we celebrate as Gudi Padwa here in Maharashtra. So I hope you're going to use these energies of today extensively and make the best of it. Okay, so have a great day and a great year ahead. All the best.